Hello, and welcome to another episode of New Flow with New Breeze. Let's get started. All right, today we're going to start standing. So, meet me on the mat. Let's get our playlist for the night going. Happy Monday. I don't know about y'all, but I need this. Let me just look where the sound is coming from. Sorry. Get us ready. Thought I was ready. All right. So we're gonna stand to the sides of the mat, parallel to the mat. Just get comfortable. Maybe you just take the hips and rock the hips side to side. Just taking a moment. Just some free body movement. And when you're ready, let's just bring the legs to the number 11. So not too close together. Feet don't have to touch. Lifting up the toes and then lowering the toes and coming up on the balls of the feet. And then lowering the heels down. Feeling the earth supporting you. Nice gentle gaze forward, or if it's available, if you're comfortable with just the sound of my voice, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. I notice that when I practice and I close my eyes, it allows me to remember that, yes, I have these voices around me, I have these people around me, but I'm alone. I'm alone, and we're alone together, which allows you to be on your mat, all in, fully present in this moment today. Once again, I want to just apologize in advance for any unexpected noises that might come through the windows as I keep the windows open. And it's a busy street right here. But doing your best to just focus in the moment. Just finding your free movement. Maybe lifting a heel and another heel. Saying hello to Felix. Let's inhale, let's bring our hands nice and high. Hands are high. Biceps are as close to the ears as possible. Pointing the tailbone down, pressing into the ground with the whole foot. Spine is nice and straight, gaze is forward. Pressing toward the ears with those biceps, relaxing the shoulders, straightening out those elbows, palms are facing toward each other. Allowing the breath to just flow freely through the body, inhaling through the nose. Sighing it out, exhaling out the mouth. 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, arms are still high. Sighing it out the mouth, exhale. 1 more, just like that. Inhaling through the nose fully. And exhaling out the mouth, sighing it out. Inhale, 1 more. Exhaling the hands down, prayer down the midline, resting right at the heart space, pressing into the hands. Inhale, let's bring those hands high. Exhale one more time, hands down the midline, hands down in prayer. This time traveling all the way through, bringing the hands to the sides, palms facing forward. Inhale, bring the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, bring the shoulders down and back. Engaging the core, remember we're pointing our tailbone down. Inhale, let's bring the shoulders to the ears. And exhale, shoulders back and down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. Moving nice and fluid and slow. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. One more. Inhale. Shoulders back and down. All right. Sweeping those arms in front. Inhale, let's bring those arms high. Palms facing at the top. Exhale, let's drop that right arm down, just right next to the side. Inhale, lengthening that spine, nice straight spine, see? We're gonna point the tailbone down. And we're breathing, arm is high. So on your next inhale, let's lengthen that spine just a little bit more. On your next exhale, we're gonna twist over, folding over on a side bend, over to the right, sliding that right arm down that right leg, keeping that arm nice and straight, pressing that shoulder blade behind you, opening up the chest, pressing the weight into the outside of that left foot, breathing, not restricting the breath. If it's available, you bring that head high, breathing, exhale. Inhale, let's straighten it back out. Good. Exhale, dropping that left arm. Shake it out, those shoulders. Inhale, let's bring those arms high, nice and slow. Exhale, drop that left arm. Take a couple conscious breaths here. Inhale. Lengthening that spine, allowing that oxygen in those ribs. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, twisting over to the left side of the body. Just allowing that left arm to slide down the left leg, bringing that right shoulder blade, pressing behind you, keeping that arm nice and straight, pressing that weight into the outside of that right foot. Breathing. If it's comfortable, you can bring your gaze high, or bring the gaze low, wherever the neck is saying it's comfortable. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring it nice and high. Exhale. Let's bring that right arm down. Inhale. Let's bring shoulders to ears. And now roll the shoulders forward and down. Excuse me. Inhale. Shoulders up. Exhale. Shoulders forward and down. Inhale. Exhale. Nice slow movements like you're in water. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down, forward and down. Inhale. Exhale, finding stillness here. Just finding stillness. Hands are comfortable at the sides. Good. Let's inhale those hands high. Now I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. On the next exhale, we're going to fold and bend at the hips in our standing forward fold. So our legs are hip width apart, engaging the core, hinging at the hips. Exhale. Maybe you bend the knees a little bit on your first Uttanasanas. Forward fold, touching the earth if it's available. And if you need to bend the knees, that's okay. That's a little tight on the hamstrings. If you need to open the legs a little wider, that's fine as well. Just finding where you're comfortable and holding space for yourself, breathing, not restricting the breath, allowing breath to wash over the body. On your next inhale, let's bring the back up halfway, supporting the back, nice straight spine. Top of the head is toward the front of the mat. Strengthen the legs. Maybe you're holding onto your shins. Or you got the hands above the knees, that's okay. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Touching the earth, bending your knees quite a lot. Let's sweep the arms in front of us, nice flat back. Rolling all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, nice and slow. Palms facing at the top, exhale the hands down in prayer, traveling all the way down the midline, hinging at the hips, folding forward. Uttanasana. Touch the earth. Inhale, halfway. Bring it up. Ardha Uttanasana. Keeping those shoulders away from those ears, creating nice space right there. Exhale, forward fold. Remember to bend the knees if you need to, because we're going to bend them a lot now. Sweeping the arms forward. Nice flat back. Pressing into the ground. Inhale. Bringing the gaze high as the hands come up. Hands are the last to come up with the head. Exhale, hands down in prayer. Samasti. Mountain pose. Take a moment here. Tailbone is pointed down, keeping the core engaged. Inhale, let's inhale. Those arms nice and high. Exhale. Folding at the hips. And you're folding, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. This time touch the earth. Let's take that right foot back and let's let that left foot follow, coming into a high plank. Pressing those heels toward the back of the mat. Shoulders are nice and strong. Shoulders are over the wrists. On the next inhale, let's inhale, bring the shoulders forward. Bend those elbows. Let's come down first on the knees, then the chest, and then the chin. Bring it all down. Inhale, let's come up for a low cobra, pressing into the mat with the pelvis, the tops of the thighs, tops of the feet. Maybe you lift the hands, really pressing high with those shoulders, making sure that you're breathing. Yeah. Exhale, bring it down. Hands next to the shoulders, pressing into the mat. Let's inhale, bring the body up to a tabletop. Pressing all the way back, sending those hips to the heels, bringing the big toes together, coming into Balasana, Child's Pose. Good. Inhale. Let's come all the way back to a tabletop. Stacking those hips over the knees. Stacking those shoulders over the wrists. Let's tuck our toes. Sending our hips back and up for our downward facing dog. Moving slow. Pressing those heels into the mat. It's okay if they don't actually touch the mat, but you're pressing those heels toward the mat. Straightening those legs as much as comfortable, or you can have a nice bend. You can open the legs as wide as you need to. Those arms are shoulder width, pressing into the mat, sitting those hips backing up. You're in an upside down V. Head is relaxed. Shoulder blades are pressing toward the spine. You're pressing that torso to the tops of those thighs. Let's exhale, coming up on the balls of the feet, bringing the gaze forward. Let's drop the knees to the mat. Bringing those big toes together once again, sitting those hips back to the heels. Torso is forward, pressing those arms forward, bringing the forehead to the mat, taking a breath. You can engage the arms if you like. You can rest the forearms on the mat. Whatever your body is saying right now for you. Inhale. Tucking the toes. Sitting the hips back and up. Downward facing dog. Coming up on the toes. Let's bring the gaze forward. Now let's walk the feet up to meet the hands. And a standing forward fold. Uttanasana. Oh, good stuff. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the legs a lot. Let's bring the body all the way to standing. Exhale, the hands down in prayer. What do you say? You guys warmed up enough to get into some sun salutations? I think so. Let's do it. All right. Inhale. Let's bring those arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, touch the earth. Let's step that right foot back. Let's come back, down on the knee, untuck the toes. Now we're gonna come into a low lunge. We're gonna stack that knee directly over the ankle, shining the heart forward. Let's lift that torso off the leg, bringing the arms high, gaze is high, pressing into the mat with the top of that right foot, right shin, allowing the body to have support. It's okay if you wobble, and see if you can sink deep into this lunge. Anjaneyasana, exhale. Framing that left foot, untucking the toe. Let's lift up off the knee and send that left foot back to meet the right foot, coming into that high plank. Not dropping the belly into the mat. Nice strong spine here. Nice strong arms, strong shoulders. Exhale, bringing the shoulders forward. Bending the elbows a little, coming down on the knees, and then the chest, and then the chin, taking your time with the body, untucking the toe. Inhale, coming into your low cobra. Making sure you're breathing. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Bringing the hands to the shoulders for support. Inhale, let's come all the way up, tucking the toes, sending the hips back and up. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, let's bring that right leg nice and high. Inhale, and exhale, take a full breath here. Exhale, let's hug that knee into the chest. And then we're gonna step that foot right between the hands. Or jimmy it there like I need to do at times. And on your next inhale, we're gonna drop that left knee. Yep, that's right. We're dropping the knee, untucking the toe, stacking that knee over the ankle, shining the heart forward. Inhale, let's lift that torso off the leg, bringing the arms high, bringing the gaze high, digging deep into this lunge. Inhale. Exhale, folding over that right foot, framing that right foot, tucking that left toe, bringing that left knee high and off the mat. And on your next inhale, we're going to step that left foot up to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Space between the ears and the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Bend the knees a lot now. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Bringing it all the way up. Nice, strong back. Inhale. Palms at the top. Exhale, hands down in prayer. I like that. That's good stuff. Yeah, man. Let's inhale. Let's bring those arms nice and high. Exhale, forward fold. You got this. Inhale, halfway lift. Taking your time. Exhale, forward fold. Touch the earth. Let's step that left foot back. Dropping that left knee. Shining that heart forward. Making sure that that right knee is directly over that right ankle. And inhale. Let's bring those arms high. Bringing that torso off the mat. Slight little back bend. Exhale, folding forward, framing that right foot, coming up on the ball of that left foot, lifting that knee, sending that right foot back to meet the left, coming into your high plank. Nice strong back, pressing those heels toward the back of the mat. Inhale, bring the shoulders a little bit forward, bending the elbows, bringing it all the way down if you got it. Untucking the toes. Inhale, let's go into a high back bend if you like. Oh, it feels so good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, let's tuck the toes. Exhale, sitting the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Pressing into the ground. Really feeling that stretch. That is so good. Inhale, let's bring that left leg back and high. Exhale, let's hug that knee into the chest. Let's step that foot between the hands. However you get there is fine. A little challenging for me with my tight hamstrings. Dropping that right knee. Taking your time. Untucking the toe. Let's bring that torso off the leg. Sweeping the arms high. Little back bend there. Exhale. Let's frame that left foot. Coming up on the ball of that right foot. On the next inhale, let's step that right foot up to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. It's a challenge, but it's good. I promise. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a whole lot. Inhale. Bring the body all the way up. Nice strong back. Breathing. Exhale, hands down to prayer. Yeah. How we doing? You guys doing okay? All right. Inhale. Let's bring those hands high. Let's flow. Exhale, forward fold. Touch the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back. This time we're going to stay off the knee if you can. You can drop that knee if you like, but inhale the rest of us. We're going to bring it up into a high lunge. Bringing the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Straightening out that back leg, pressing that heel toward the mat. Exhale, framing that left foot. Stepping that left foot back to meet the right, coming into your high plank. Breathe. Exhale, bring it all down. Yeah, untucking the toes. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, tucking the toes into the hips, back and up. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg nice and high. Exhale, let's step that right leg all the way through. Inhale, let's come up all the way up to our high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Wobbling is good. Taking your time, being compassionate with your body, being okay with where you're at today. Exhale. Let's frame that foot. Inhale, let's step that left foot up to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. All right. Yeah, I heard that, y'all. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a lot. Sweep the arms in front. Nice, strong, flat back. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to prayer. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Touch the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that left leg back. Staying up on the knee. Let's bring the body high. Coming into Anjaneyasana. Breathing. Inhale as you go up. Digging as deep and free into the earth. Dipping into that lunge. Feeling it. Exhale, framing that right foot. Taking that right foot back to meet the left. Exhale, shoulders forward, bending those elbows, bringing it all the way down. Good. Inhale, back bend of choice. Breathing. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Yeah. Inhale. And exhale. Which side are we on? Inhale, that right leg, left leg high. Exhale, tucking that knee into the chest, bringing it forward, stepping it forward, coming into your high lunge. Inhale, torso off the leg, bringing those arms high, straightening out that back leg. Exhale, framing that left foot. Inhale, right foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, let's sweep the body all the way up. Hands down in prayer. Samasti. Good stuff. Whew. All right, guys. We are doing the damn thing. We've done 4 sun salutations. All right. Inhale, let's bring those arms high. Changing it up. Exhale, folding at the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Bring the body all the way up to standing. Nice flat back. Vertebrae by vertebrae. At the top, exhale, let's sit the body down in the chair pose. Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step that right leg back. Left leg back to join, coming into your high plank. Bringing the shoulders forward. Bending the elbows, bringing the body all the way down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, tucking the toes, sending the hips, backing up, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up on the heels. Let's walk the feet up to meet the hands in a standing forward fold. I'm gonna hop one of these days. Inhale, halfway, creating space. Exhale, forward fold, bending the legs. Inhale, let's bring the body all the way up. Exhale, hands down in prayer. Yeah. Inhale, let's bring those arms high. Starting to sweat, y'all. Hinging at the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Touching the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees, sweeping the hands forward, all the way up. Nice strong back. Inhale. Exhale, sitting it down, chair pose. Tucking that tailbone in. Getting that spine as straight as you can. Maybe the gaze is forward. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping the left foot back, stepping the right foot back. Coming into high plank, shoulders forward, bending the elbows, bringing the body down. Yeah. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, tucking the toes, sending the hips back and up, downward facing dog. You got this. Inhale, coming up on the balls of the feet. Let's walk the feet up to meet the hands. Get there however you get there. There's no judgment. Bending the knees a lot if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Bring the body all the way to standing. Nice slow motion, like you're moving in water. Hands and head last to come up. Gaze is high. Exhale, hands down in prayer. Inhale, bringing those hands high. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Touch the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward, bending the knees, bringing the body back up to standing, protecting the back, nice strong back, pressing the heels into the back. Gaze is high. On the next exhale, let's sit the body back, chair pose. Bringing in that tailbone, bringing the gaze high. Biceps are as close to the ears as you're allowed. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Planting the hands on the ground. Let's step that right foot back. Then that left foot coming into your high plank, cleaning it up, pressing those heels toward the back of the room. Shoulders forward, bend the elbows, bringing the body down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Untuck the toes. Inhale, back bend the choice. Breathing. Exhale, tucking the toes, sending the hips backing up, downward facing dog.
Pressing those heels into the mat. Pressing into the mat. Tailbone toward the sky. Ooh. Inhale up on the toes. Let's bring the gaze forward and let's walk the feet to meet the hands and standing forward fold. Bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a whole lot. Sweep the arms in front. Nice flat back. Inhale. Gaze is high, head is high. Exhale, hands down in prayer, Samasti. Inhale, let's bring the hands high. Folding at the hips, forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Nice flat back. Touch the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend the legs, sweep the arms in front. Nice strong arms, nice strong core. Exhale, sitting it back. Utkatasana. Chair pose. Bringing that tailbone in, bringing that gaze high. Arms as high as you're allowed for the body. Exhale, forward fold. Whatever the body is saying, listen to it. Inhale, halfway. It's not the mind's turn to play. You can come, you can play at the party, but it's not in control. So you just tell the mind, relax. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping that left leg back. Stepping that right leg back, coming into your high plank. Nice strong back. Not dipping that belly to the mat. Really engage, bringing the shoulders forward. Bending those elbows. Nice, strong core. Yeah, baby. Inhale. Back bend. Breathing. Exhale. Let's take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Tucking the toes. Sending the hips back and up. Downward facing dog. Cheek breath right there. I needed it. Getting wind. Yes. This is good stuff. Coming up on the balls of the feet, let's bring the gaze forward. Let's walk the feet to meet the hands and standing forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Sweep the arms in front as you lift. Pressing into the ground with that foot, both those feet. Gaze is high. Exhale, hands down in prayer, Samasti. 2 more sun salutations. Yes. All right. Going back to our classic. Inhale, bring those arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping that right leg back, staying up on the knee. Let's inhale, bringing the torso high into your Anjaneyasana, bringing those arms high. Exhale, framing that left foot, stepping that left foot back to meet the right. Remember this, high plank, bringing the shoulders forward, bending those elbows, bringing the body all the way down, untucking the toes. Inhale, bringing your body up to your back. End of choice. Maybe you take a low cobra, that's okay too. But make sure you're breathing, breathing, breathing. Lots of breath. Inhale. Tucking the toes. Exhale. Sending the body back. Downward facing dog. All right. Setting it up. Nice strong arms. Let's inhale. Right leg back and high. Let's finish strong. Inhale. Let's exhale. Knee into the chest. Let's bring that right foot between the hands. Bringing the body up to another high lunge, Anjaneyasana. They weeble wobble, but they don't fall down. Yeah, baby, exhale, framing that right foot. Inhale, let's step that left foot up to meet the right. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees a whole lot. Let's sweep the arms in front. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you bring the hands down the midline in prayer.
Resting here, holding space for yourself, feeling your energy. I know I got a lot circulating all around me right now. Inhale, let's bring those arms high for our very last sun salutation. Exhale, hinging at the hips and breathing. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping that left leg back, staying up on that knee. Let's bring that torso up off the leg. Arms are high. Anjaneyasana, dipping into that lunge as deep as it feels good to you. Exhale. Let's frame that right foot. Maybe you don't plop down like I just did. Let's bring that right leg back on your inhale. Bringing the shoulders forward. Bending the elbows a lot. Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale. Inhale. Back bend. And exhale. Take a freebie. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, sending the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Oh. Yes, that's good stuff. Inhale, let's bring that left leg back and high. Exhale, honey it into the chest and then step it all the way through. I'm gonna get that one and we're gonna slam that leg up there and get it. No, that's not how we do things. We take our time. Inhale. Coming into your high lunge. Exhale. Framing that left foot, having compassion for your body. Inhale, let's bring that right leg forward to meet the left. I'm always humbled in my practice where I see where I'm hard on myself, and it feels so good to soften up and relax. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Such a beautiful practice when you make it your own and you make it personal. Exhale, forward fold. Bending your knees. Inhale the body all the way up to standing. And thank you for sharing my personal practices with me. Exhale the hands down in prayer. Mountain pose, Samasti, Tadasana, whatever you want to call it. This has been great. Doing this and figuring out the recording and stuff. I am loving this, and I'm so glad you guys are coming along with me for this ride. Let's get down to the mat, okay? All right, let's just sit back on our heels, toes untucked. Just take a moment, if this is comfortable. Just resting, allowing the tops of the feet just to press against the mat. If you need a little comfort, you can take a blanket between the knees. That'll buffer and give you a little bit of comfort. You can do that. You can also take a block between the legs. And just sit on the block a little bit. It allows a little buffer. But we're going to just sit with our energy in the practice that we just did as the sun is going down, and I'm facing the sun setting right now. You can't see what I'm looking at, but this beautiful view of downtown Long Beach. I love where I live. I love it here. I love everything about the energy in this space, and I'm so grateful to have discovered this space, and thank you for sharing it with me. All right, let's lift up. And now let's tuck the toes. Keeping the knees, the legs as close together as possible. Tucking the toes and sitting back on the heels if that's comfortable. If you need to go back to untucked toes, or if you just need to find a seated position until we come out of this, that's okay too. If you got it and you're not feeling excruciating pain and you're just uncomfortable and the only thing that's really active really is your mind, then stay with me. Maybe bring the hands in prayer. Building heat. Inhale. Let's release. Woo. Untuck the toes one more time. Sitting
lean back on the heels. Shoulders are relaxed. Hands just comfortable in the lap, or if they can reach the ground, that's fine too. Finding your breath, finding stillness. Time will be frozen for us. It's one of my songs. I love this song. Cover the windows and cover me. All right. Let's release it all the way off the knees, and let's find ourselves in a cross-legged position if that's comfortable. If you can do that, that would be great. Preferably not stacked. Maybe one ankle in front of the other. Just resting the knees on the mat. Arms are comfortably in the lap. Maybe the palms are facing up for receiving. We're not finished. We're just continuing with our flow. You never know what mood I'm going to be in, what we're going to do next. So from here, if you're comfortable with the legs crossed, and you want a little deeper stretch, I want you to take your time, like you're in Jello or just thick hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. And we're just going to roll over the lap. Just making little circles over the lap. Exhaling as you go forward. Excuse me. Inhaling as you come up. Just free movement. Holding on to the knees, but not gripping. And as you straighten up and come back, straightening the arms, everything is involved. Shoulders. Two more just like that. Keeping with the breath. Inhale as you come up. Exhaling as you move forward. Moving slow. Inhale. 3 more. Exhale as you go forward. Inhale as you come up. Exhale. 1 more. Find stillness at the top. Inhale, those arms nice and wide. Exhale, crossing right arm over left. And let's twisting the arms, bringing the palms together. Half of an ego. We're not doing the legs, but we got the arms. Lifting the elbows as much as you can. Breathing. Really feeling that stretch in the shoulder blades. Getting those elbows as high as you can. 2 more breath cycles here. Exhale, release. Opening those arms wide. Opening the chest. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale, crossing left over right, twisting it around, bringing those palms together. Resting those elbows into each other. Bringing the elbows as high as the shoulders if you can. breathing into that tight space. The shoulder heads and the shoulder blades are all working together, really trying to be in harmony here, but you feel that resistance and you're just breathing into the tight spaces. Not clenching the face, clenching the body. Exhale, let's open the arms wide. Ooh. Inhale, let's bring those arms high. Exhale, down the midline, hands in prayer. Traveling hands all the way down to relax. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Bringing them as close to the pelvis as you can. Pressing the knees toward the mat. Interlacing the fingers and resting them up under the feet for support. Really straightening out that spine, relaxing those shoulders. I just felt mine relax. I always have to remind myself, if you notice in my practice, I say that a lot. It's not to be annoying, it's to remind me that I'm clenching my shoulders. I never realized how much I hold tension there. It's amazing. When I tell myself to relax, I can still feel my shoulders relaxing more, like I'm still clenching. Just tense, always worrying and thinking about something. And that's why even when I don't feel like doing this, I do this. Inhale, let's straighten the spine, and exhale, see if you can fold forward, not too much. Just a little bit, just to feel a little stretch, taking the elbows and pressing them into the knees to press them toward the mat. You're not forcing this. You're shining your heart forward. Nice straight spine, so as you bend, you're bending at the waist. You're bending at your hips, the hip joints, not the waist. Excuse me. Inhale, let's bring it up. Let's release the feet, and let's bring those legs directly in front of us. I'm going to turn around for this one. So now we got straight legs in front. You can shake those legs out if you got a little uncomfortable. Take the sits bones and make sure that you've got good grounding. No shame in my grain. I got a little extra cushion back there, so I always have to adjust my seat. So now, bring the legs as close together as you can. And again, I've got some extra everything, so I always have to move things out the way sometimes. And my legs tend to always be tight up here because I run. So, having compassion for my body is key. So we're pointing the toes. Let me come back so you can see. So the toes are pointed toward the face. Legs are straight. We're not dipping into the belly. So we're just remembering to keep those shoulders down and back. Like, take your hands near the hips and just press into the ground like you want to lift your buttocks off the ground and then release. All right? And then let's bring the arms in front of us. Inhale, let's bring the arms high. Exhale, once again in front. Now hinge forward. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring the hands down. Inhale, let's bring those hands in front. Hinge forward and holding it here, but not holding your breath. We're just hinging forward. Breathing, inhale, let's bring them back up. Exhale, drop the arms. This time, let's inhale the hands high. Exhale, dropping the shoulders. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, folding at the hip joints. Folding forward. Shining the heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can melt a little bit more. The hands may not reach the feet. Maybe they just reach the ankles. That's okay. Wherever you are, that's okay. The key here is to breathe. Inhale, let's walk it back up. Inhale, let's bring those arms high. Exhale, we're folding over those legs. And breathing. Inhale, let's walk the hands up. Alright. Let's inhale, let's find our way on our backs. Let's bring our knees into the chest. And rock side to side. Just massaging that lower back.
Stop and just turn into nutritional soup for the imaginal cells. So someone said to me that CNN is not ready for this.
Feet flat to the mat. Let's take that right ankle to the top of the left knee. Let's lift that left foot off the mat and we're going to hug the left thigh with the hands. So we're interlacing our hands, fingers underneath that thigh, allowing that left leg just to relax. Engaging those toes, those right toes toward the right knees. And now you're pulling that left leg towards you and you're taking that right elbow and pressing that right leg away. So you're doing two things here. You're pressing the thighs forward with those interlaced hands, and that right elbow is pressing that right leg away. Those toes are engaged on that right foot toward the knee, and you're breathing. Take a couple of breath cycles here. Those hands, bringing the bottom of that left foot to the mat, keeping that right foot where it is. Let's bring airplane the arms out to the sides, and now you're going to drop that right bottom foot to the left side, figure four. So this is where you were with that right ankle over that left knee, right? And that left knee is bent. And all you're doing is taking that left hip and laying it all the way down to the left side, bringing that right top foot to the left side. You're in a figure four. You're going to bring your gaze to your right fingertips, staring over at that right arm. Breathing, letting your breath wash over your body. Allow your body to get this nice deep supine twist. Yeah. Alright, let's bring it all the way back to the center. Bringing that bottom of the left foot to the mat. Releasing that right foot down. Let's hug the knees back into the chest. And now this time give the body a full hug. Bringing the shoulders off the mat. Maybe you bring the forehead toward the knees. Chin into the chest. Breathing. Rocking side to side. Alright. Let's bring the bottoms of those feet to the mat. Now let's take that left ankle over that right knee. Let's interlace those fingers behind that right thigh. And we're doing the same thing on this side. So you're engaging those left toes. Those left toes are pointed toward the shins, the knees. The right shin foot is just hanging. It's not doing anything. You're pressing towards you with the thigh, with the right leg. You're pulling it towards you and you're taking that left elbow and pressing that left thigh away. And you're relaxing your face. You're breathing. You're remembering all of those three things that you got going on. Left toes engaged. Left elbow is pressing that left leg away. And you're pulling that right thigh toward the body.
Now you're releasing it down, bringing that bottom of that right foot to the mat, keeping that left leg over the right leg, left ankle over the right knee. Let's butter, airplane the arms, palms down. And you're gonna just take the right hip over to the right side, bringing the bottom of that left foot to the ground. And you're bringing your gaze over to the left, getting a nice deep twist. Breathing and relaxing your face. Maybe close your eyes and just appreciate this moment. Appreciate another setting sun that you get to experience. Another day of just experiencing you. Everything about who you are. You got to do that today. You got to be you. At least I hope you do. And let's come all the way back to center. Let's release that leg. Let's hug those knees into the chest. And let's rock side to side. Our time. Let's lay it down. Let's bring the body all the way down. I'm going to slide up a little. And let's bring the legs all the way down. And just allow the feet to open up where they are. Allowing the body to fully rest onto the mat. Feeling the body just laying heavy. Feeling yourself supported. Enjoy your Shavasana. And we'll bring you out of this with the bells.
deep breath. And an even deeper exhale. I invite you to slowly wake up the body. Feeling the sensation in your fingers and toes by wiggling them and allowing some movement to come back into the body. That was a long Shavasana. And maybe taking a deep stretch, bringing the arms overhead, pointing the toes forward, stretching the body nice and long. And exhale, bringing the body all the way in, hugging the knees into the chest, bringing the forehead toward the knees. And when you're ready, just rolling the body over to the right or the left, whatever is comfortable and whatever is most convenient for you. Take a moment in your fetal position. Just allow your body to just rest in this place for a full breath cycle. And take your top hand and press it right by the face and just bring your body to a seated position. And just join me. Hands at the heart space. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I needed this, I needed this. I know that I sleep so much better when I practice before bed. And my body is in need of some rest. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you benefit from this practice as much as I benefit just knowing that you're practicing with me. Have a wonderful night. Happy Monday. Namaste. Thank you. I'll catch you guys in the morning for some meditation. Join me for some yoga and some meditation. Namaste.